Let's have a quick chat about conversion-based marketing versus branded-based marketing. I think it was Russell Brunson who defined it best in one of his courses and classes. The conversion-based marketing is extremely important because that's how you immediately put money into your pocket. The building the brand becomes extremely important later on. Conversion-based marketing is I put $1 in and I get $2 out. I get $5 out, I get $10 out. You're paying for a conversion. One thing goes in, something bigger comes out. Hopefully, if we're doing our marketing right. The branded style marketing means that we're building our business, means that we're building our brand. We're growing the pieces and parts that are long-term going to keep people coming back. When we're having a conversation about sales and marketing and how we are approaching our business, as a publisher, as someone who is trying to put work into the hands of as many people as possible. There's a bunch of different ways we can do that. This comes from a conversation we had Monday with a writing mastermind group. One of the young ladies mentioned in a kind of a disappointed, frustrated way, I spent $800 on marketing and I sold 200 books. That's a negative ROI. We don't want that. One of the things that was put before me was, because I was the senior writer, senior author in the group. I've got a lot more books, a lot more experience than everybody else. I've been doing it since 2011. So I have succeeded, failed, rebuilt, etc. I've been there and back again. While we were having the conversation, what I did was I asked what the young lady's primary keyword, and using one of my AdWords accounts, put her keyword into the magic Google machine, and it spat out, here are your 140 people searching for your keyword every month. Not so good. If you catch 100%, you might get a 10% conversion. 10% means that 14 people might wind up on your website. That does not mean they click on anything. I said, okay, let's look at your website. I bet Google can find words that we're missing. I took her website and the first keyword had 249,000 searches a month. For Valentine's Day last month in March, there were 249,000 searches for Valentine's Day gifts. It's her number one keyword for her website, and it blew our minds. Why aren't you having that conversation all year long? She does have an excellent gift for Valentine's Day. It's one of those things that's, I care for you, so here, take this and be a better person. She can start a fairly inexpensive conversation online where she pulls somebody in with a pay-per-click. The web page then converts to an email list, and now you've got a cycle of people. Instead of paying for people to buy the book, using the limited keyword that you're targeting, we begin doing a branded style marketing. We build the brand, we have the conversation, we get people into the orbit, and she's a charming young lady. When you correspond, she's a cool gal. You want to talk to her. By putting her in front of people looking for XYZ to help, all you have to do is start having conversation along with what people are looking for. And now all of a sudden you've got, how many Valentine's Day gifts can you give for $10? You can give it to your mother, cousin, baby, sister. There's probably a dozen people you can think of, gifts for Valentine's Day, that this young lady's product could help. When we start looking at it from a branding perspective, where we're building our brand based upon our marketing, and we're not just going for the straight $1 equals $2. When we take the branding perspective and add people to our orbit, those people can come back and buy once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 10 times. Because as a publisher, when you put people into your business's orbit, you can reach out and touch those additional customers. When she publishes book number 2, which should be happening in the next month or two, she can tell all those fans of hers, all those cool people that she gets to interact with, hey, my second book is coming out, check it out, this is what's preview, blah, blah, blah. And you can pull all kinds of cool people in. When doing conversion-based marketing, you are paying Amazon for access to Amazon's customers. There's no leverage there. There's no multiplier there. You are just paying for a conversion. And that's tough because you've added the risk of putting money down for something that is otherwise effectively free. You are not adding customers to your business. Those customers are Amazon's. If you don't believe me, because I'm just some dude talking to myself on the internet, look at the Amazon affiliate disclaimer. It's very specific. The customers are Amazon's. As an affiliate, you do not own Amazon's customers. You have to build a business outside existing platforms because you don't get access to those customers. You can't reach them again unless they sign up for your email list. That's the brand building piece. If you're doing conversion marketing, you have to make sure you've got the brand building where you are connecting people to your business because your business is your business. If you're relying on some social media platform to route you and connect you with fans, what happens if you get banned? What happens when the platform goes out of business? What happens when the landscape changes? What happens when the algorithm shifts? Now your kitty cat posts connecting to your product are banned because they're irrelevant. You're doing a bait and switch or something such like that. I'm not saying that you're doing a bad social media posting. But what happens when the algorithm shifts? When the platform changes? I used to put stuff out on Facebook and everybody I knew would run across it. Now, you put something out on Facebook, maybe 1 out of 100 people who sees it. And then your interactions are so low because there's so damn many ads that when people doom scroll the social media, unless you've got a specially curated piece, it's going to skip right past. Some of the platforms, specifically the ones that the posts are terminal, it is much easier on the platforms where the material disappears quickly for you to turn around and put your information out there and have it stick because it's going to show up in people's feeds. They're going to have a chance to see it and then disappear. Sticky platforms like Pinterest, for example, where you can create some kind of viral pin. You can drive traffic from those pins and it stays for a long time. Cooking channels do well on Pinterest. But you can go and you can search for some form or feature on Pinterest and you can take that and you can go and drive traffic too. It's not the ultimate way because you don't own those customers. You don't know who's clicking the heart on your stuff and you don't get to contact them. Not unless you direct message every single one thanking them, which is possible. But when you bring conversion marketing and branded marketing together, you can do cool stuff. Each has a different crayon in your business toolbox. It helps to know both. You have to understand the difference. If you're paying for a result, meaning you pay an ad to get something sold, that's conversion-based marketing. When you're building your business and growing your brand, that's a different conversation. That's a longer process. Russell Brunson said every person on your email list should be worth $1 a month to you. Regardless of your product, if you're managing your list properly, you should make $1 per person per month. If I have a list with 10,000 people and some buy the book for $2, which you make out of a book if you're lucky, I would need people to click that email, go to look at the page, from the page to the purchase. Because I'm managing my own business, because I have built my own brand in that process, what ends up happening is you create a stronger audience for Amazon. When you pay for a single conversion on Amazon, you've paid for one conversion. When you convert your branded conversions and you bring 10 people into your email list, 10% of them buy, that's one person on your email list. When you go and that one person buys that book and you make $2 on the book, it might cost $1 per person, $10 for the email list. When I take that email list and I put that email list to work, I make $2. That means I'm still $8 in the hole. When I drive traffic to Amazon from off the platform, that is a very strong indicator for the audience list that Amazon uses to create sales. That's how Amazon maps who is going to like our work. So when we put one person into the hopper, Amazon might introduce 5 other people who buy, 10 other people, or 20 additional people, depending upon the size of your category. So if you're in science fiction and drive one person a day for 30 days, you might get 10, 20 times the number of people referred to your work. The machine behind Amazon learns, oh, this is what the cool people who like your work look like. Then it starts replicating those people. For example, college students 20 through 27 years old, or athletes 35 and up. The more coherent the traffic and browsing history, science fiction fans probably buy science fiction books. When you have science fiction fans who buy science fiction books and they're buying your book in the science fiction category, chances are Amazon's going to realize, oh, this book is science fiction. Science fiction fans like it because they're buying it. Let's show it to more science fiction fans. The machine figures out who to put in front of the book, and then it starts putting people in front of the book. The machine is designed to boost the sales for Amazon, which means that it's going to want to put as many people in front of it as possible who are likely to buy. If you move one person per day, you've spent $10 acquiring your email list, 10% to buy, which is one person per day. That's a $10 cost. You make $2 on your book. Amazon refers 10 more. When 10 more get introduced and buy, 10 times 2 is 20. We've now made $22 because the one we referred plus the 10 additional people who purchased. Now you've leveraged the platform while building your business. Those 10 people we paid for, the $10, remain on our email list. We have built our brand using the leverage of Amazon, financed our brand. If we spend $10 and make 22, we're $12 positive. Those 10 people remain on the list. The next day, we put 10 more on our list. 10% to buy, 2 people buy. We've just doubled again. We've supercharged what we're doing. We need to build the positive feedback group. Branded marketing is more effective long term. When starving, we need to trade that $1 to get that $5 back. We want to make sure that we're building our business as a publisher, as an author. When we do that, we can start doing the cool stuff, building our brand. When you've got 250,000 people in March looking for Valentine's Day, that's a big niche. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of preparation. Get it right, and you're going to rock and roll. When we understand the difference between branded marketing and conversion-based marketing, we can plan appropriately, and we can do our math to figure out which is most effective. We're going to need both the branded and the conversion-based marketing. But long term, we want to build our business. I hope that my young friend gets to see this, and we can work to help her grow her brand. Have a great day. Go forth and conquer.